"I tried to warn her." These 5 words, spoken by a 9-year-old Princess Charlotte, stunned the royal family and left those in attendance speechless. What could a child possibly foresee that would send shockwaves through Windsor's walls? It is hard to carry so many secrets with you when you are only so young. What she told now shocked all royal watchers around the world. The British monarchy has faced its share of public drama, but this particular moment unveiled far more than petty family disagreements. It revealed the perceptiveness of a young royal who had silently observed the simmering tensions within her family for years. Charlotte's final warning, delivered during a private family gathering, was not the innocent rambling of a child. Instead, it exposed deep divisions, long-standing frictions, and growing unease surrounding Meghan Markle's role in the family. In this script, we'll explore the events leading to Princess Charlotte's startling statement, the history of strained relationships between Meghan Markle, Kate Middleton, and the young princess, and the broader implications of this moment on the modern monarchy. Was Charlotte's warning a reflection of a child's protective instincts, or did it signal something far more significant within the royal family's turbulent dynamics? Stay with us as we unpack Princess Charlotte's final warning, the shocking incident that just left everyone reeling. Long before Princess Charlotte's shocking words echoed through Windsor, subtle tensions had been brewing within the royal family. These conflicts, though carefully concealed from the public eye, began to surface during key events, most notably Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's 2018 wedding. The incident surrounding Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid dress would become one of the first fractures in the already delicate relationship between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton, a moment that would leave a lasting impression on young Charlotte. In the days leading up to Meghan and Harry's wedding, what should have been a joyous occasion turned into an emotional ordeal for Kate and Princess Charlotte. Reports suggest that Meghan criticized Charlotte's bridesmaid dress, describing it as ill-fitting and unsuitable for her grand vision of the ceremony. Meghan's pointed remarks came at a particularly sensitive time. Kate was juggling her royal responsibilities while still recovering from the birth of Prince Louis just weeks earlier. Tom Bower's book, Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors describes the incident as a pivotal clash between Meghan and Kate. Kate, ever composed and protective of her daughter, reportedly defended the design, expressing concern over the stress it caused Charlotte and the other young bridesmaids. Meghan's dismissive tone during the exchange allegedly reduced Kate to tears. This rare moment of vulnerability from Kate didn't go unnoticed by Charlotte, who, even at the age of 3, seemed to sense her mother's distress. Photographs from Meghan and Harry's wedding day captured an unusually subdued Princess Charlotte. Known for her bright and bubbly personality, Charlotte appeared downcast and reserved as she carried out her duties as a bridesmaid. While some observers dismissed her demeanor as simple shyness, those familiar with the situation speculated that the toddler had picked up on the underlying tension between her mother and Meghan. This incident marked the beginning of a cautious distance Charlotte seemed to adopt toward Meghan. As she grew older, her keen awareness of emotional dynamics within the family became more evident. Whether through instinct or observation, Charlotte's role as a watchful and protective presence, particularly around her mother, began to take shape. The bridesmaid dress controversy was only the tip of the iceberg. Over the years, small but significant moments continued to widen the divide between Meghan and the rest of the royal family. Meghan's alleged cool demeanor during family gatherings left both Kate and Charlotte uneasy. Sources close to the family suggest that Kate often went out of her way to shield Charlotte from interactions that might upset her, understanding her daughter's heightened sensitivity to emotional undercurrents. Charlotte, in turn, began to display an uncanny ability to sense tension, particularly when it involved her mother. Her watchful glances and subtle actions hinted at a child deeply attuned to her surrounding, a maturity far beyond her years. By the time of the Windsor family gathering, where Charlotte delivered her final warning, years of quiet observation had prepared her for this pivotal moment. What others might dismiss as a child's intuition was, in truth, a culmination of her experiences. A young princess who had grown increasingly protective and aware of the fractured relationships around her. The quiet family gathering at Windsor started like any other, but beneath the surface, tensions were ready to boil over. The event brought together senior royals and was meant to be a chance to maintain a sense of unity. However, for Princess Charlotte, this gathering would become the moment where her protective instincts and intuitive awareness came to the forefront. Her now famous warning, "I tried to warn her," would leave the room in stunned silence and forever highlight the young princess's role in the family's ongoing struggle. From the beginning of the gathering, those present couldn't help but notice Charlotte's unusual behavior. Normally confident and poised, the young royal appeared cautious and watchful, particularly when Meghan Markle entered the room. Insiders revealed that Charlotte's frequent glances toward Meghan were filled with both curiosity and unease. As as though she was sensing something no one else could see. Charlotte's protective nature became more apparent as the hours passed. Seated near her mother, Kate Middleton, Charlotte seemed focused on her every move. She noticed Kate's subtle shifts in body language, her increasingly stiff posture and forced smiles as conversations progressed. Charlotte's gaze rarely left Meghan, her watchful demeanor reflecting an awareness far beyond her age. The turning point came during a particularly strained conversation between Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton. According to sources close to the family, the exchange began with attempts at small talk, but quickly grew tense when Kate broached a sensitive topic. Meghan's response was dismissive. Her body language closed off, arms crossed, glances averted, and clipped, sharp responses that hinted at irritation. Kate's composed demeanor faltered for a brief moment, a subtle shift that Charlotte picked up on immediately. As Meghan's tone grew sharper, Charlotte instinctively moved closer to her mother. The room fell silent when Meghan made an offhand remark that visibly struck a nerve. Kate's expression shifted, her usual composure slipping just enough for the tension to become undeniable. It was at this moment that Charlotte, with determination hardening her young face, stepped forward and delivered her now famous words. "I tried to warn her." The simplicity and weight of her statement stunned everyone in the room. All eyes turned to Charlotte, who stood firm, her words hanging heavily in the air. Meghan's initial reaction was one of shock. Insiders reported that she quickly regained her composure, brushing off the child's comment with a forced smile. However, those present noted a flicker of unease in her expression, as if the words had struck deeper than she let on. Kate, visibly moved by her daughter's instincts, comforted Charlotte while offering her a look of quiet pride. Prince William, standing nearby, appeared startled, but quickly understood the significance of the moment. As both a father and the future king, he recognized that Charlotte's words were not mere childish ramblings, but a reflection of her perception and awareness of the family's emotional undercurrents. The tension lingered long after Charlotte's words had been spoken. Kate and William were seen quietly taking Charlotte aside for a private conversation, reassuring their daughter while acknowledging the gravity of what had just occurred. For Kate, Charlotte's actions reflected her natural maturity and protective instincts, qualities that she and William had worked hard to nurture in their children. Meghan, meanwhile, maintained her outward calm, but insiders later revealed that she was privately frustrated by the incident. She allegedly confided to Prince Harry that Charlotte's comment felt like a deliberate slight, orchestrated by Kate and William. This perception deepened Meghan's sense of alienation within the family. Harry, caught between loyalty to his wife and his family, attempted to downplay the situation. However, William's response was more resolute. He saw Charlotte's words not as an attack, but as a reflection of truths the family could no longer ignore. For those who witnessed the moment, Charlotte's final warning was more than just an outburst. It was the culmination of years of tension and her intuitive understanding of the emotional landscape around her. Charlotte, at just 9 years old, had voiced what many within the family had felt, but remained reluctant to say it aloud. This pivotal moment not only showcased Charlotte's maturity and keen awareness, but also highlighted her emerging role as a unifying figure within the family, a child wise beyond her years, who had seen what others chose to overlook. The fallout from Princess Charlotte's final warning sent ripples through the royal family. Her simple yet impactful statement, "I tried to warn her," was far more than a child's observation. Kate Middleton's immediate response was instinctive and tender. Witnessing her daughter's protective stance and bravery in voicing what she had observed, Kate offered quiet reassurance. Insiders reported that Kate spoke to Charlotte softly, thanking her for her awareness and strength, while reminding her of the importance of kindness and composure in difficult situations. For Kate, Charlotte's words likely confirmed what she had long understood, that her daughter possessed a rare emotional intelligence and an innate ability to sense tension. As a mother, Kate was proud of Charlotte's maturity, but also aware of the potential fallout. Balancing her daughter's honesty with the family's need for discretion was a challenge Kate handled with her usual grace and quiet strength. Kate's composed demeanor in the aftermath reflected her role as both a supportive mother and a stabilizing force within the family. She had always worked to shield her children from royal tensions, but Charlotte's growing awareness signaled that some conflicts were simply too visible to ignore. At first, Charlotte's statement caught him off guard. No parent expects their child to deliver such a pointed observation during a family gathering. However, as the future king, William quickly grasped the broader implications of his daughter's words. William reportedly pulled Charlotte aside later that day to acknowledge her perception perceptiveness and reassure her that she had done nothing wrong. He viewed Charlotte's instincts as a reflection of the values he and Kate had worked hard to instill in their children. As a royal, William understood the gravity of Charlotte's words. They exposed underlying tensions that the family had struggled to keep behind closed doors. Sources close to the family suggest that William later had a private conversation with King Charles to discuss how best to manage the situation without exacerbating the already fragile dynamic with Meghan and Harry. Senior members of the royal family reacted with characteristic restraint. King Charles, who had long navigated complex family dynamics, was reportedly concerned about the incident's potential to widen the existing rift between the Sussexes and the rest of the royals. Sources suggest that Charles spoke privately with William, urging a calm and careful response to avoid further tensions spilling into the public eye. Queen Camilla's reaction was similarly measured. She is said to have expressed unease about the escalating situation and the visible cracks within the family. Camilla, who has herself been at the center of royal controversies, likely recognized the need to defuse the tension before it became another scandal. Meghan Markle's response to Charlotte's words was far less reserved. Those present noted Meghan's initial shock, followed by a forced smile as she attempted to brush off the comment. However, insiders later revealed that Meghan was deeply unsettled by the incident. She reportedly confided in Prince Harry that Charlotte's statement felt like a personal attack, orchestrated by Kate and William to undermine her. This perception only deepened Meghan's frustration with the family. She dismissed Charlotte's words as a product of parental influence, refusing to believe they stemmed from the young princess's independent observations. Meghan's reaction revealed her ongoing discomfort within the royal environment, where she often felt scrutinized and unaccepted. Prince Harry's role in the aftermath was perhaps the most complicated. Torn between his loyalty to Meghan and his love for his family, Harry attempted to downplay the significance of Charlotte's words. He reportedly urged Meghan to move past the incident, framing it as a child's innocent remark rather than a deliberate slight. However, Harry's efforts to mediate were met with skepticism by William, who saw them as an attempt to sidestep the underlying issues. Harry's struggle to balance his dual loyalties only highlighted the widening gulf between the brothers. For William, Charlotte's words were not just a moment of childhood honesty. They were a reflection of deeper problems that could no longer be ignored. The royal household staff, who had long observed the dynamics between Meghan, Kate, and the children, quietly sympathized with Charlotte. Staff members reportedly noted Charlotte's heightened sensitivity to the emotional atmosphere around her. They viewed her actions as a reflection of her natural maturity and intuitive nature, a young royal stepping up to protect her family in a moment of unease. Charlotte's final warning was far more than a child's comment. It exposed the fractures within the royal family and highlighted the emotional toll these tensions had taken, even on its youngest members. While some interpreted her words as a bold act of honesty, others, particularly Meghan, saw them as another symptom of the ongoing divide. For the royal family, Charlotte's perceptiveness became a stark reminder that the next generation of royals would not simply remain passive observers of family conflicts. Her words carried weight, not only within the walls of Windsor, but in shaping public perceptions of the monarchy's internal struggles. Princess Charlotte's keen intuition and quiet maturity have made her a standout figure within the British royal family. At just 9 years old, she has consistently demonstrated an ability to sense emotional undercurrents and respond in ways that reflect both wisdom and empathy far beyond her years. Whether through her protective instincts toward her mother, Kate Middleton, or her observant behavior during high-profile events, Charlotte has emerged as a symbol of resilience and emotional intelligence within the monarchy. Her actions suggest that she is not merely a passive observer, but someone actively aware of the dynamics within her family. From her visible discomfort during tense moments to her famous words, "I tried to warn her," Charlotte's role as both a stabilizing presence and a keen observer sets her apart, highlighting a modern shift within the royal family toward authenticity and emotional honesty. Princess Charlotte has displayed protective instincts, particularly toward her mother, on several notable occasions. These small yet significant moments illustrate her growing understanding of her family's complex relationships and her innate ability to act when she senses unease or tension. During Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, an event meant to celebrate the late monarch's historic reign, royal watchers observed Charlotte's unusual demeanor. As Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stood nearby, Charlotte clung tightly to Kate's hand, her gaze shifting cautiously between family members. royals. While the public focused on the grandeur of the event, Charlotte's quiet actions reflected her heightened awareness of the tension beneath the surface. Another powerful example of her intuition occurred at Prince Philip's funeral. Amid the solemnity of the occasion, Charlotte was seen walking closely beside her mother, her downcast yet alert expression standing out. Observers noted how she remained attuned to Kate's emotional state, staying close as though offering silent comfort. Even at such a young age, Charlotte's ability to position herself as a source of stability spoke volumes about her deep emotional intelligence. At the Commonwealth Day service, one of the final events attended by Meghan and Harry before stepping back from royal duties, Charlotte once again displayed her watchful and protective instincts. While other children appeared restless or distracted, Charlotte sat poised and attentive. At one point, when Kate momentarily looked unsettled, Charlotte instinctively reached for her mother's hand, a gesture of quiet reassurance that did not go unnoticed. These moments, though subtle, reveal a child who is deeply attuned to the emotional atmosphere around her, stepping forward instinctively to provide comfort and support. Charlotte's ability to detect shifts in behavior and tension within her family has made her an observant and protective figure. Her actions, particularly in high-stakes settings, reflect a level of maturity that sets her apart, hinting at a future role as a source of unity and emotional grounding within the monarchy. Charlotte's intuitive nature and composure have often drawn comparisons to her great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. The bond between the two was reportedly strong, and those close to the family suggest that Queen Elizabeth recognized and nurtured Charlotte's potential from an early age. Queen Elizabeth, known for her unwavering sense of duty and stoic strength, saw in Charlotte similar qualities of resilience and composure. Sources close to the family revealed that the late monarch made it a point to spend time with Charlotte, sharing stories and lessons about the history and traditions of the royal family. These conversations were not merely casual. They were intentional moments designed to instill in Charlotte an understanding of the monarchy's expectations and values. Symbolic gestures further underscored their bond. Queen Elizabeth reportedly gifted Charlotte a small brooch inspired by one of her own cherished pieces. Adorned with delicate floral patterns, the brooch symbolized both beauty and strength, qualities the Queen believed Charlotte embodied. Additionally, Charlotte received illustrated books about royal history, subtle but meaningful gifts meant to connect her to her family's legacy. These interactions and lessons left a lasting impression on Charlotte, fostering a quiet confidence and emotional maturity well beyond her years. Queen Elizabeth's influence shaped Charlotte's ability to balance duty with compassion, traits that have become increasingly evident as she navigates the complexities of her family's dynamics. Princess Charlotte's actions and instincts signal a shift within the monarchy toward a more emotionally authentic approach to family life. Historically, the royal family has been defined by a stoic silence, with members expected to endure challenges privately while maintaining a composed public image. However, Charlotte's willingness to observe, speak out, and act, most notably with her final warning, suggests a more modern perspective emerging in the younger generation of royals. Charlotte's instinct to protect her mother and address uncomfortable truths, such as the tension with Meghan Markle, highlights her role as an active participant in her family's emotional well-being. While older generations of royals may have remained passive or silent in the face of conflict, Charlotte's actions reflect a shift toward prioritizing unity, authenticity, and emotional honesty. Her ability to balance tradition with a modern sensibility is significant. As the third in line to the throne, Charlotte occupies a unique position within the monarchy. While she may not inherit the crown, her role as a visible and influential figure will be crucial to maintaining the public's trust and affection for the royal family. Charlotte's perceptive and relatable nature, demonstrated through her instinctive gestures and moments of quiet support, aligns with the public's growing desire for royals to be seen as human and emotionally connected, rather than distant symbols of tradition. Charlotte's intuitive actions also position her as a potential unifier within the family. By stepping forward to offer comfort or address tension, she embodies a sense of stability and maturity that resonates with both her family and the public. Her behavior reflects the values instilled by her parents, William and Kate, who have worked hard to balance royal duty with emotional well-being for their children. Charlotte's warning also raises broader questions about how the monarchy will adapt to an increasingly transparent and media-driven world. As public expectations shift, the royal family must find ways to balance its deep-rooted traditions with the need for emotional authenticity. Moments like Charlotte's warning reflect a growing pressure to address internal challenges in ways that resonate with modern audiences. The public's response to Charlotte's actions, largely one of admiration for her perceptiveness, demonstrates a desire for younger royals to embody honesty and relatability. For the monarchy to remain relevant, figures like Charlotte will play a crucial role in shaping its image. Her ability to instinctively confront tension while maintaining her composure offers a glimpse into a future where the royal family may prioritize emotional intelligence and familial unity alongside their formal duties. Princess Charlotte's final warning was not simply the act of a child speaking her mind. It was a reflection of years of quiet observation, instinctive protectiveness, and a maturity that sets her apart. Her words served as a wake-up call for the royal family, forcing them to confront tensions they had long tried to keep hidden. In doing so, Charlotte has already made her mark within the monarchy. She has emerged as a modern figure, one unafraid to voice her concerns and act in defense of those she loves. Her actions challenge the royal family to adapt, to balance tradition with authenticity, and to acknowledge the emotional realities that affect even its youngest members. Princess Charlotte's final warning, "I tried to warn her," was far more than a fleeting remark. It symbolized a moment of clarity within a family, struggling to balance its legacy with modern demands. Charlotte's perceptive nature, emotional intelligence, and willingness to act reflect a new era for the monarchy, one where honesty and authenticity play an increasingly vital role. As the royal family moves forward, Charlotte's actions offer hope for a future grounded in emotional awareness and unity. Her protective instincts, influenced by her bond with her mother and great-grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, highlight her potential to become a unifying figure in years to come. In a world that demands relatability and transparency, Princess Charlotte's voice, young but wise beyond her years, may be exactly what the monarchy needs.